Okay, Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Friday. This is an extra message for today, like I promised. I said that if I have a little bit of time, I will do an extra message for you guys for today. All right, guys. So as you guys can see, I am using the Journey Oracle deck. I will be using other Oracle decks, and I'm going to end it off with a little bit of affirmations. All right, guys. So let's jump into it. Let's see what you might need to know. I haven't used affirmations in quite some time. I'm thinking maybe next week I might do like one reading where I do like affirmations, more calm, less stress, and then like archangel, messages as well. So let's get started, okay, guys? Because this is going to be like a quick little reading, okay, like a little catch up. Okay, so Spirit, what extra messages do you have for the collective at this time? What extra messages can you give the collective at this time for May 1st? Okay, so again, today's May 1st. All right. Also, I was trying to think of earlier when I did the first video today when I said May the 4th be with you. I was trying to figure out what the other saying was. I think it was like Backstreet Boys, where it's like, it's gonna be May. I know, corny, right? But anyways, let's see what you guys might need to know for today. Okay, so Spirit, what messages, extra messages do you have for the collective at this time for May 1st? So we have difficulties, okay? So for some of you that resonate with this, if you are dealing with any difficulties, challenges, obstacles, things like that, that could be significant. Now, obviously this may not resonate for everybody, but there could be certain situations right now or circumstances where things could be very difficult, or you could feel like things are difficult at this moment. If you look at this message too, you see the clouds, right? So for example, today could be very significant where today is very cloudy, it's very gloomy, that kind of stuff. There's something about the energy for some of you guys when it comes to clouds, okay, gray skies. So even when it comes to like skies clearing up, right? Because again, today might be one way, but then tomorrow could be a brand new day, right? So take what resonates with this too when it comes to the energy. There's something about this when it comes to difficulties. It's like not everything lasts forever, okay? Yeah, inspiration. So there is something about while you're going through something, whether this is a difficulty, a challenge, you trying to be determined at this time or have ambition, whatever this is, you are inspired at this time. You are inspired to either create, you're inspired when it comes to new ideas, you're inspired when it comes to basically your energy, right? So when it comes to you guys, when it comes to like the third eye chakra, that could be significant too. But there is this energy where maybe you got a spark, right? Like an idea. And now with this inspiration that you have, it's almost like, maybe you guys could have like a spark or like creations or, just starting new things, right? But there's something about basically like a light being lit under somebody's tushy, right? So say you guys, have been contemplating and thinking about it. Even with the full moon right now in Scorpio, there is something about not thinking and just doing, okay? So even if you don't have all the resources to do what it is that you exactly want to do, Spirit is saying to still show up for yourself, okay? And that may be different for everybody, right? So we have being open, okay? Like I said, being open to new opportunities, right? There's something about pulling the curtains, okay? Pulling the curtains back and seeing like a rainbow at the end of the tunnel. So take what resonates with that. We have unfolding. So something that you're doing is unfolding. There's also, you being connected to the divine and also source. So even when it comes to like you being open, and remember I said something about colors, maybe being very colorful, maybe your personality is very colorful, but there's something about your energy that's unfolding when it comes to being connected, whether this is connected to yourself, connected to source, okay? Even when it comes to like dominoes, right? Dominoes could be significant too, domino effect, right? But you are connecting with people or, maybe source, right? And whatever it is that you guys are connecting with, there's something about creating a domino effect. So basically, if there is this energy where you could be the one that's leading and you could have other people following, okay? We are synchronicities at this time. So some of you guys could be getting certain synchronicities. Butterflies are very significant. This could also talk about you being connected to spirit, right? So you being connected to spirit and receiving synchronicities could be angel numbers. It could be basically anything, right? Angel numbers, dreams, visions, things like that, that could be significant. We also have limiting beliefs, right? So I did talk about this card the other day too, where I said some of you guys could be like, when it comes to like concrete and flowers, even if something looks dead or if something looks very stagnant or still, you are showing up as somebody that still grows. Okay, through the concrete, you grow through, you know, whatever obstacles or difficulties that you deal with, right? So transformations are significant, boundaries as well. Okay, for those that are connected to their highest self, you are going through a transformation, especially with butterflies, right? You're going through a transformation at this time when it comes to your boundaries. Okay, you guys could be releasing also at this time. So whatever it is that you're releasing, it's because you have boundaries and you're releasing what no longer serves you, and also growth, right? So I said something about growing, okay, when it comes to concrete, being able to grow through, you know, tough cycles and things like that. Despite what's happening, you're still showing up as the flower, right? So let's see what else shows up, you guys, because a lot of you guys, like I said, you guys could be releasing a lot of things today or this weekend during the full moon cycle, but there is something about, you know, you having boundaries and also protecting your peace. Yeah, we have intuition, like I said, listening to your inner knowing, right? So that could be confirmation too. These cards just flipped over, okay? So yeah, we have highest self, and then we also have integrity. So yeah, your energy when it comes to like your higher self and integrity, you're following your intuition, because at the end of the day, yin yang energy, when it comes to balance, you would rather follow your own integrity and also follow your inner knowing and release what no longer serves you than to stay in this energy where, you know, you, for some reason, I feel like people think that, you know, you want to be in their energy and you don't, right? Like there's something about you, when you say something, you genuinely mean that. And a lot of people nowadays are fake. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of people are fake. So when you put your foot down and when you stand on business, a lot of people think that maybe you're joking or you don't mean it, but you actually mean it, right? It may take some time for you to get to that place where maybe you cut somebody off or whatever the case is. But once you made that decision, you're not coming back. You're not going backwards. You move forward, right? At the bottom of the deck, we have keep going and also follow your bliss, right? Change, okay? And awaken, okay, guys? So take what resonates with that. Let me see if I can get some Prism Oracle decks messages, or, you know, let's see what shows up. But that is significant. Same thing, growth, okay? So yeah, this card says growing, and growth is very significant. So like I said, you guys are going through some type of growth at this moment, okay? Or there's something about, you know, change and also finding growth within yourself. That is why you guys are able to flourish and move forward, because you guys are always learning and growing, okay? Also, when it comes to frustration, it's like, while you're trying to grow, you could be also frustrated because you could have other people in your energy who are trying to get you to be in this energy of like, oh, the collective, come back. And you're like, no, you're growing and you're moving on, okay? Now, even if you're not the one that's frustrated, your energy could be frustrating a lot of people because of the fact that you're not trying to fit in. You know, like a square trying to fit into a circle. You're not trying to fit in, okay? You don't care to basically fit in, okay, for some of you guys. And that's the problem with a lot of people nowadays, is that a lot of people assume that you care to fit in. Some people think that you care to be, you know, within the crowd, okay? So I don't know why I'm getting Aries energy too, because I feel like Aries placements are very significant when it comes to that. I get it too because I'm an Aries moon. So when it comes to like certain things, for example, like the Game of Thrones, right? When the Game of Thrones just came out, I did not watch that show because everybody kept talking about it. Everybody kept mentioning it. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to watch this while everybody, you know, that's just how I guess Aries placements may be, or maybe it's just me. But anybody who resonates with that, it's like, I don't want to be doing the same thing everyone else is doing. I want to be different. I want to stand out in my own way. I want to be unique. Some of you guys are like that. It's like you don't care to fit in. And that is what's frustrating a lot of people around you, because you don't care. Okay, but they care. Yeah, passion, right? It's like you don't care to fit in. You're passionate about what it is that you do. You're passionate about what you know, stand for, what you believe in. And that could be triggering a lot of people who do care, okay? So it's like you would rather follow your passion. You would rather follow your own magic, right? Take what resonates with that. We have rest at the bottom of the deck and strength, okay? So some of you guys are going within. Okay, this could be resting, vacation, just taking a day off for yourself, right? But the fact that you guys are able to do this means that you guys are in basically alignment, especially with the connected card within yourself. So if anybody feels like you are not in alignment, don't listen to them, because you are in alignment, right? There's a reason why, you watch tarot videos. There's a reason why, you seek truth. There's a reason, right? So it's like, something, okay, when it comes to the energy. So let's see. Yeah, spiritual cleanse. Like I said, you guys could be cleansing your energy at this time with the number 50, okay? Like I said, 5 and changes are very significant. We also have divine masculine with the number 2. So partnerships are very significant. Like I said, you guys are connected with your higher self, or you guys are just connected when it comes to partnerships or new partnerships, harmony, balance, etc. Okay, past life energy is significant with the number 14, right? So there's something about 14 that's significant when it comes to transformation, rebirth through change. This is death and rebirth of patterns, healing, okay, reclaiming power, that kind of stuff, right? Some of you guys, when it comes to this number as well, 1 and 4 equals 5. So I said 5 already. Change, okay. Change, freedom, adventure, right? 2s talk about, also not even that, teamwork and partnership alignment, right? And having intuitive communication and balance with not just yourself, but even other people, right? But there is something about support and trust, and also being receptive, at this time. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, healer at the bottom of the deck, and 3 and 2 equals 5 as well, right? So take what resonates with this. Yeah, home. Some of you guys are releasing something when it comes to a home. So cleansing is significant. We have shift. Okay, so 10 and 9, something about a home matter, right? You guys are releasing and letting go, cleansing your energy, looking for something brand new, whether this is a home within yourself or a new home. But there's something about newer foundations or building new foundations, right? With the number 10. 10 talks about wholeness, right? So you guys are ending a cycle so that you can start something new. And you guys are also in alignment with your mind and body and spirit, like I said, with connected, purpose unfolding. Okay, also with the number 9, 9 talks about your spirituality. So there's something about you completing a cycle, right? This ending that you guys are moving in towards is actually a transformation for you, especially with the butterfly, showing up here with synchronicities and transformations. We also have the new moon. Okay, so something about the new moon that's coming up should be significant, right? This is about angel number 9 as well. So there is something about this new moon, okay, that's showing up. Something to do with, like I said, your stability and also change. That's very significant for some of you. So even if you're not physically moving, there's something about spiritually moving, right? So take what resonates with that. That could be confirmation and clarity. So let me get one more card, just an affirmation or two maybe. So what affirmation do you have for the collective at this time, please, and thank you? What affirmations can you give them at this time, please? Ooh. Thank you, Spirit. So I am expressive. It says, I communicate clearly and eloquently. It is easy for me to put my feelings into words. My ideas are interesting and well presented. I am active and creative. Okay, so some of you guys, this is about your creativity, like I said, and being inspired at this time, right? It says, I am protected. It says, I am always taken care of by the benevolent forces of life. It is safe for me to move forward. I am supported by the universe, okay? So yeah, take what resonates with this, guys. You are expressive, and there could be something that you could have been worried about, like when it comes to you expressing yourself and being expressive. Maybe you thought that maybe something would have, backfired or just didn't go your way, or didn't, like, I guess maybe getting approved, I guess. And this card here, being protected, means that you are protected. It is okay for you to express how you feel about situations, right? Especially if it's helping not just yourself, but people in the collective, or just social awareness, right? Not talking about celebrities and who's dating who and whatever the case is. Like, who cares about that? You know what I mean, guys? Like, there's literally bigger fish to fry. And I said this in my other reading as well. And the reason why I said that too is because as much as I don't, talk about politics, and I try to stay away from that. I don't really get into that. I literally just saw something in the States, I think yesterday, talking about think something to do with voting and like removing people's rights when it comes to voting and stuff like that. That is why I'm like, there is more important fish to fry right now than talking about who's dating who as a celebrity and why they broke up and why this and why that. Like, who cares? Okay, there are more important things going on where basically our freedom, okay, basically our ability to speak up and do certain things, it's being challenged. Okay, some of the things that are happening are changing behind our backs. That is more important. Okay, homeless people, that is more important. Okay, countries that are going through war, that is more important. That is more important. Okay, yes, we all have our own personal lives. Yes, we are all going through something at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, why are we so focused on celebrities so much? Okay, don't get me wrong, I may repost one or two things, but I don't repost things based on trauma. I repost it based on perspectives, right? Because if somebody's talking about a situation, even if I don't know the person, right? Everybody has a perspective. As long as you're not bashing that person and trying to make it seem like you know that person, even though you don't know that person at all. I'm realizing that a lot of people are in an uproar about celebrities' business more than they are when it comes to rights, right? Freedom and things of that matter, especially in Canada too. There's some crap going on in Canada too. So it's not just the States, it's everywhere. But people are just so focused on the wrong things, okay? Not everybody's like this, but if you know, you know, okay? And those who are, you know, spiritually, divinely guided, you guys are listening to your inner knowing and you guys know when to talk about certain matters and when not to, right? So even when it comes down to that, it's like using your platform for some of you guys for a positive change, right? Not toxic, not negative, not bashing, not hating, not anything like that, right? Especially when it comes to women and children. I mentioned this in one of my videos also, where women and children should be protected at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that because I'm a female. There are some men out there that also agree with this, okay? And it's not to say that men are not supposed to be protected, but let's be realistic, okay? Like, men are supposed to protect women and children more than women and children protecting men, right? And at the end of the day, there's something about the energy where, like I said, people are focusing on the wrong things, not the collective, but some people. And that is why some of you guys are just going within and focusing on what you need to focus on, because you can see what's happening around you. Doesn't mean that you're not aware, right? But again, when it comes to perspectives and, you know, what is a priority, that is very significant. And it's also, it can be very scary, okay? We're living in a dark time right now where, you know, people with authority feel like they can do whatever they want when it comes to people who are hard working class people. I'm not talking about wealthy, I'm not talking about rich, I mean people of color and people of like different regions when it comes to, you know, middle class and, you know, low class and, you know, things like that when it comes to money and jobs and, you know, things that are happening. That is what I'm talking about. That is more important, okay? And some of you guys in the collective are very aware about this, and be proud of yourselves, because not everybody outside of you is aware, or they are and they just don't care. Okay, so be proud that you guys have empathy, that you still care about certain things, because thank God there's still people out there with common sense when it comes to dealing with these matters. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end it here though. Okay, but please take what resonates with you guys whenever you see this. And again, thank you guys for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys as always. Follow me on YouTube and TikTok, and my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading or check out my blog. All right, guys, but I do appreciate the likes, the comments, and you guys supporting. I appreciate that. But yeah, keep expressing yourself. Know that you guys are protected, and don't be scared to speak up on situations that actually matter, that actually will make a difference. Okay, celebrities break up and get together all the time. Who cares? Okay, like there's literally bigger fish to fry out there, like I said. And I'm only saying this because even though I'm not into politics, I'm still speaking up on certain things regardless. Okay, so everybody who has a platform, everybody who has a voice, everybody who is doing the right thing, be proud of yourself. Okay, guys? But like I said, I'm going to end it here. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys? Bye.